Recorded at the Bob Studios, it's the history of bad ideas.
Hello and welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 8. I am Jason Brigger.
And I'm Jeff Now.
And we are here with another edition. And thank you to everybody that was listening. And last episode actually had the highest numbers to date. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, every people. And we've got a couple of shout-outs thrown our way. So you want to take that one, Jay?
Yeah, I'll do that. First one is Green Up. They're one of the podcasts we talked about last week. They're friends of our show now, and we've been talking about them back and forth. They do a top 5 like us. I think this past week they just did a top 5 NES games.
All right.
So, and there's 3 guys on there, kind of discuss everything. They do more video games like the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, which I won't hold that against them, but that's okay. As a PlayStation fan over here. But no, they're great. Just listen to the last one. I think it was Thailand and Hookers or Blow or something like that. So that was the title of it.
Okay.
So it was a good episode. Yeah. And then the other podcast that we always listen to is Best of the Worst Movies. Or actually, that's the name of it, right? Yep.
Yeah, Best of the Worst Movies.
Sorry, guys. It's been a long day, okay, already. But no, they just got done doing the Kevin Smith movies. And then they also are doing VHS 2. So.
Yeah, I heard them. I was listening to that one, or at least started to listen to it, and I was something I had never even heard of what that VHS 2 was. So when I got more time, I'm going to have to go back and finish listening to that, because when their description of it threw me for a loop. I was thinking it was another Weird Al movie or something.
Conan the Librarian. No, I saw VHS 1. The first one.
Okay,
it's a little creepy. It was good.
Okay,
but it's an anthology of basically these guys break into a house to get these VHS tapes, and they decide to start watching these tapes, and they're basically this guy murdering people. There's different stories.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Well, and I figured you probably wouldn't like it because you're not a big scary movie fan, are you?
No, not at all.
So I wanted to say a shout out to those guys. They do a great job. So follow both of them. They're both podcasts are on Twitter. And Facebook. Worst of the best.
I think they're
best
on
of the worst. Are they? Yeah. Everybody's on Facebook. And then we're on Facebook as well. And then follow us on Twitter as we keep getting more and more followers at Bad Ideas Podcast on Twitter. And just want to let you know, if you do follow us now, you would know what the top 5 category was today.
Yeah, a little sneak preview if you follow us.
So there you go. Yeah. We have no swag to give out yet.
No, we're still in the midst of swag.
Give us a break. We're 8 episodes in.
But also I just wanted to thank the kind people at was it Good Podcasts?
Yes,
who gave us a shout out and a review. And I was very, very happy with, getting reviewed by people we don't know, and giving us a nice little write-up. I'll go ahead and read that over our pod waves here. As a History of Bad Ideas is a new discovery, and it's a good one, with very natural hosts covering all sorts of geek culture.
There you go.
So it's like, well, thank you. So
thank you, guys.
Hopefully they'll help us get more listeners, so our faithful listeners here, when we get big, can say, I was there from the beginning.
That's right. Episode 1 was crap, but after that, we did good. If you thought episode 1 was bad, you should have listened to the test podcast.
Yes.
But we've gotten better. We feel comfortable. So, thank you for the review on that. Inflates our very small ego, which we don't have one, so it inflates us a little bit. So, next thing is we got listener feedback. And number 1 fan, Doug. He's not talking about Josie and the Pussycats this week, so that's good.
Yeah, well, but we had to mention it.
That's true.
How many weeks in a row now have we mentioned
4.
it?
Doug asked, which of the 3 endings in Clue the movie did you like the most? If you're unfamiliar with it, Clue came out. What year was that, Jeff? Can you check that?
Geez, I'll check that.
I'm going to say 88.
Oh, I was going to say like 85.
I think you're wrong.
Well, you always think I'm wrong, so that doesn't matter.
But it was based on the board game. Great movie. Tim Curry, Martin Mull, lots of good comedians in it. But anyways, the sell was that each, depending on the theater you went to and the time, each one had a different ending who did the murder. One was Scarlet. Oh, sorry, spoilers for a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah.
Scarlet was one. Second one was Miss Peacock.
Peacock, yes.
And third one was everybody did it except Mr. Green.
Except Mr. Green. 1985. Clue.
Oh,
1985.
God. My MediaChlorines are usually pretty good about that.
They're usually that movie didn't really have any nudity, so they weren't picking up on that.
That's true. Unlike Embrace of the Vampire. But anyway, so which of the three endings did you like the best?
I think I'll have to go, giving it a thought, there's parts of each ending that I liked. I think I would have to go with the third ending where everybody did it, mainly because one of my favorite lines in the entire movie happened in that ending, and that was the whole flames on the side of my face line that Madeline Kahn gave. And for that alone, I'm edges the other two endings out.
I'm going to have to go with number 3 as well. I do. The only thing that brought it down is they killed Tim Curry. As Wadsworth, the butler?
He was Mr. Body in the third episode.
Correct.
But Wadsworth was what he was known throughout the movie.
And I love Tim Curry and everything. And growing up, that killed me. I couldn't believe they killed Tim Curry. Oh my God. So they brought it down, but Mr. Green, he was my second favorite character in the whole movie.
I told you I didn't do it.
I thought people were like you, called fruits. So if you have not seen Clue, make sure you take a look at it. Great movie. It's always on the hub. I've watched the last 2 weekends. My exciting life. And then Justin, who's from Best of the Worst Movies podcast, he was asking what we thought about the Gotham show and thoughts on it. We kind of discussed it the last couple weeks. I'm looking forward to it as a Batman fan. I'm going to be intrigued because it definitely takes place in a different universe than Arrow because different channels,
networks and things. So
and I don't think it's going to relate to the DC movies, obviously.
No, it should be its own standalone. I like when they do that. I like when the comics, will have their, put out this limited series or whatever, and it doesn't have to fit into the continuity. I have no problems. I mean, that's usually some of the best stories told are ones that they don't have to hammer into the continuity,
like Batman versus Jack the Ripper,
like
Gotham by Gaslight. One of my favorite little alternate universe graphic novels. If you haven't had that one, take a look at that. My only concern is that I hope they don't get too cute with it, and yes, I'm using air quotes. And by too cute, I mean I hope that they don't make like Selena Kyle, oh, she's 12 in it, and look, she grows up, which I think they are doing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they keep that down a little bit.
Well, like I said, as you were talking about last week, it was going to be a bunch of the Batman villains are going to be making appearances. And I'm not sure, obviously pre-Batman, how many of these villains should be making appearances in Gotham. I'm just afraid they're going to go too overboard with that, kind of like the early seasons of Smallville, where it was just a different freak character every week, and that kind of got old.
Well, and my big concern is that, not my concern, but let's just say it right now. Victor Freeze is going to show up. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
He's going to be this genius. Oh, this is Victor Freeze. But like I said, it's Batman. I'm excited. I like the leads. I like Ben McKenzie as Gordon. I like Donald Logue as Harvey Bullock. I think that's great. So I'm excited about it. May not be as excited as I am about Flash. I think on Flash I'm more excited about than Gotham.
We got a sneak of Flash already.
Correct.
From Arrow, which I am semi caught up on.
Did you see this week's?
I think the last episode I watched was right before I came over here. I caught the end of it.
We're going to talk about that in Geek of the News of the Geek.
that I decided I needed to see it. So I watched the ones that are available online or on the CW app. So I saw they had the 2 episodes with Barry Allen in it, and then I think the last 4 episodes I saw.
You're pretty much caught up then.
The problem is, there's so much stuff that's happened that I didn't see happen, and I'm like, have to figure out. I mean, just simple things like, oh, Roy knows everything now.
Yes.
I mean, in the episodes I saw, he didn't. I mean, even in the episodes, like I said, I suppose they wanted to keep the Barry Allen ones out there, because in those ones, Roy didn't know anything. And then all of a sudden, I jumped, I don't know how many episodes ahead, but like...
You're probably about 2 episodes you skipped, one or 2.
But it's like, oh, Roy found out. Okay, and then I missed all of Sarah coming back to town.
Okay.
I mean, all of a sudden it's like there are flashbacks of her on the island. I went, oh, well, I didn't even realize she was on the island. I knew she was going to be coming back, but I didn't see it happen. And
I think I am buying season 2 on DVD when it comes out. I didn't buy season 1. I liked it.
You probably still can. It's not like
I don't think I'm going
to.
It's just because I didn't think the first 6 episodes were that great.
Okay.
But it got progressively better. This episode's balls to the wall. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Hold on.
Okay, all right. So that was Batman. Was there anything else we needed to do?
We got a couple other ones.
Well, just one other thing I wanted to say on Batman.
Oh, God, yes.
Well, no, it's just the problem was after listening to Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman number 51, any other show description I've heard pales in comparison.
I agree. If you have not listened to Fat Man on Batman 51, go listen to it.
When we're done here, finish listening to us.
Please listen to us. Kevin Smith basically, and Paul Dini, who did a lot of the Batman the Animated Series, they basically talked about Batman in boarding school. And that may not sound exciting. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, their descriptions and they
Their
were just
ideas.
coming things off the cuff, and it's like, oh man! And these are the people that can get it done. I mean, these people wrote for Batman already,
and they planned out 2 seasons already on the podcast.
Yes, yeah. Their hour-long podcast. They planned out 2 seasons of it, and I don't even think that was even the topic they were supposed to discuss.
No, it wasn't. Okay, so Ryan from Green Up podcast, he asked if you could drop your co-host into any main role in any horror or thriller movie, what movie and why? The other question is, would you enjoy watching him be hunted or terrorized? That's pretty evil.
Yeah, that is evil. I'm trying to figure out which movie I would drop Jason in. Has been tough because I would not enjoy watching him be hunted or terrorized.
I would get killed in 2 minutes.
That's true.
Have you not listened to Don't Starve, what I've been talking about? You can put me in the middle of a forest. I'm going to die within 3 days. I don't even know how to do anything.
I'm trying to think. If I want you to stay alive for the longest, maybe
depends
drop
how long you want
into,
this podcast to go on for. How many years?
Drop you into Freddy Krueger, where he'll toy with you forever.
Oh, I don't know about that. That kind of freaks me out.
But you won't be killed quickly.
No.
You want the quick death.
I guess.
You know what? I'll drop you into that Stone Cold Steve Austin movie.
Okay. I'm not kidding you. I was going to say the same thing to you. There's a reason we've known each other for 16 years.
Yes.
I was going to drop you in the Stone Cold movie because I know you didn't like it. So that would just make it worse. And then I would just like to see you fight somebody. I don't think it would be pretty.
No, I would get my ass kicked pretty bad.
I think you would stay in the water. I'm in the ocean.
I don't know. Maybe we can represent our district in the Hunger Games.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well.
I got it on DVD.
Okay.
I just haven't watched it. I'm all for it. I just, I think I could beat some kids up. I
might be able, unfortunately, not all of them are kids.
No. Well. I could probably beat 10 and under. I feel pretty confident.
I don't think the age restriction, I think you have to wait till they're like 12 or 13.
I'm pretty much screwed on that then.
But most of them are around the 18 age, where they
I don't have a shot then.
Yeah. And they've been training, there's from districts 1 and 2 have been training all their life just for this.
I'm sorry, I just fell asleep. I'm sorry. What were you talking about? So, yes, we were both dropping Stone Cold Steve Austin's movie.
And we forgot the name of that movie again, didn't we?
Pick that movie up. I'll get to the next listener feedback while you do that. Carolyn asked, when is the new Tony Stark movie coming out?
That isn't what Carolyn asked.
Yes, she did. It says Tony Stark.
No, I'm not.
What does it say?
I'm seeing, it's the word that begins with I. Can you say that word?
I? Yeah, I can say I. Growing up, kids and listeners, I had a speech impediment. Still kind of do some days. So everybody kind of makes fun of me because I can't say the word Iron Man. And
yes.
So it comes out as Iron Man. And my wife has tried telling me how to say it, and it even sounds worse, like Iron Man. And so, she wants to know when the next Tony Stark movie comes out, is what I refer to it as.
Well, she wanted to know that just because she wanted you to say Iron Man.
I kind of figured. Actually, Robert Downey Jr. has not signed on for anything except for Avengers 2 and 3.
He is signed on for Avengers 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think you're going to see any soon. The only thing I could think of is maybe Don Cheadle's taking over.
And then doing a War Machine or something?
Or maybe even doing a Iron Man.
Iron Patriot?
Iron. And then finally, we did get a correction.
We got something wrong?
No, not a correction, sorry. We just got some more information.
Okay.
Jason wrote in and said that Michael B. Jordan was in Friday Night Lights.
Oh, okay.
And he said something about Riggins being the man. I'm not sure. So, I have not seen Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, I've seen maybe 2 episodes. So.
I want to see it.
I've heard good things about it. Obviously, some of these people who are responding have talked my ear off about it, and I still did not realize Michael B. Jordan was in it.
I think that would be a good top 5. Top 5 shows you want to see, but you have not had a chance.
Ooh. Maybe we'll look into that.
Look at that. Maybe. So there's your listener feedback, and there we go. So you know what time it is. It's time for the News of the Geek.
It's time for another installment of News of the Geek.
Thank you, free domain music. First item up, speaking of Arrow, we kind of touched on it, but in 2 weeks, not this week because they don't have an episode, damn them.
Oh, those jerks.
Bastards. In 2 weeks, Suicide Squad shows up on Arrow, and one of the commercials for it, if you looked real closely in the prison cell with the rest of the Suicide Squad, is the back of a woman with crazy hair, Harley Quinn.
You think they're putting Harley Quinn in there?
I think that would be pretty damn sweet if they do. This past episode, spoilers, is freaking amazing. I watched it, and that show continues to get better and better. I don't know how they do it. And Deathstroke comes back into the city, into Starling City, and if you ever want to take how you build a bad guy up, my God, for 2 seasons or a season and a half, they're building this guy up as the ultimate bad. And now, if you're watching it and you didn't know anything about Green Arrow, DC Comics, you would have no idea that he was going to be a bad guy.
Yeah, but those people who do know are like, okay, he's going to be the bad guy.
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, well, when's this going to happen?
Now, you can say the reason he turned on Oliver is kind of weak.
It's kind of weak. I would have to say they'll explain it because he was on the whatever that drugs or that, it kind of ruined his reasoning centers of his brain.
And that's what I think they're going to do. But this week, basically he introduces himself to the whole family, and you think that they're just taking him on. He just wants to, antagonize Oliver by having his mom and sister take him on a tour of the mansion, but it's actually he's putting little cameras in so he can monitor everything. Told you there's going to be spoilers, and but it looks like he's connected to Brother Blood, Solomon Grundy, pretty much any bad guy that's out there, he's going to be connected to.
Yeah, they should connect them,
and that's fine because my question is Suicide Squad. What's the end game plan for that in the show? I mean, if you're a writer, what are they going to do? I mean. They show up.
They'll show up. More allies. I'm assuming they'll be fighting on Oliver's side.
Correct. Because they said that they're going after Deathstroke.
Yeah.
But you got to figure a couple of them switch.
Oh, they will. And that's the fun of watching it.
Correct.
Watching how it unfolds. So
there's no way Bronze Tiger is going to be a good guy. I'm sorry.
Why not?
I just don't buy it. I don't buy it. He's switching. And Diggle, who I was actually bored with in the first half of the first season, I've actually really liked him. And that whole, it's just very well done. Like top to bottom, every single person on that show does a great job in terms of just like you feel like they are a team. They are Team Arrow.
Okay, the people on the team. Okay.
Yes.
When you're like every single person on the show, it's like
My bad.
Yeah, I still have problems with it's Police Inspector
all the
Lance.
Yes.
Yeah, Laurel and Sarah's father. I just watching them again. I'm like, I don't know if it feels like the acting isn't good and the writing for him in particular seems to be bad.
He's better this season. First season he was god awful. Yeah. There's that word. Take a drink. First
awful.
Woo, take a drink. And Laurel Lance, her character is just bad. I don't care.
I think she's gotten a little better since Well, yeah. And another thing I missed in the episodes I missed was her like self-destructing.
Yeah, she got fired as a prosecutor.
She got fired. She, got a DUI or something.
Yes.
I heard all this, and I'm like, I missed those happen.
Yeah, so she got fired. I'm hoping they kill her off. They won't.
I'm not going to kill her off.
I know, but I wish they would. Who dies? Who dies in this season?
Oh,
I think it's the detective. I think it's the dad.
I wouldn't actually be too upset about that.
Because I think they have to. You cannot have this big group of bad guys come in and not kill somebody.
And not somebody
They
die.
have to look threatening. Just from writing standpoint, they have to be threatening.
Do you think there's a chance they would say kill off Thea?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Speedy.
Well.
But... And I would be worried that they wouldn't have the balls to kill off a main character. But this show, they have done a great job writing it. It would not surprise me now that they would kill off the main character. Or, a good supporting character.
Yeah.
I don't think you killed Diggle off. I don't think you can.
No, I think you can.
I hope not.
I hope not. I would like for him to stay around because he's pretty much the voice of reason in the entire Team Arrow. And I would prefer him to stay around, but for some reason I feel like if someone is expendable, it might be him.
Or Sarah. I could see Sarah dying.
No, I don't see. She's Black Canary?
Yes.
I don't see them killing off Black Canary, especially in the second season when they just introduced her.
I agree. I'm just saying, of all the characters, you're not going to kill Felicity. You better not kill Felicity. No. There would be a riot if they killed her. No offense. Oh, man. Whew, she is a cutie. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to killing Oliver's mom off.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
She's running for mayor. What the hell?
Well, come on. She was already acquitted of her murder charge from a couple months ago.
If Marion Barry won a second term, I guess anyone could. So we'll give it that. So there you go. There's your Arrow news. I'm excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it. I suppose I can start watching them live now.
Or DVR.
Or DVR, but keep up to the episodes as they're released.
This one we'll just touch on quick. According to Latino Review, the Wachowski siblings, is that how you say it?
I think it's Wachowski.
Wachowski. They're planning on writing a new Matrix trilogy.
Well, for them, more power to you. Hopefully you do this one right. I mean,
it's true.
You've got a viable a viable movie franchise going. I mean, as bad as they were, they still made money, and that's pretty much the only thing that they've done that really was successful. Oh.
Best of the Worst podcast here. Can you guys do Speed Racer? Please. Please. I thought the first one was okay.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the first one. Well, that's the thing. I thought the first one was overrated. I thought people thought way too much of it. And I suppose to most people, that might have been their first taste of the cyberpunk type thinking or whatever. But it's like, I've read stuff and played games in that scenario long before Matrix came out. So it was just old hat, and I just thought it was okay.
But it had bullet time.
Well, it was impressive effects, so I'll give them that.
Because we'll face Mr. Anderson in the first one. Pretty cool. Second one, we're going to make him face more Mr. Andersons.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess it's kind of cool, but it's kind of wearing out. Third one, we're just going to have him go against an army of Mr. Anderson. You know what? Great. I'm out, guys. Thank you.
Actually, Neo is Mr. Anderson.
See, there you go.
Yeah. that was his name in the Matrix.
That's right.
I think it was Agent Smith is, the character.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
Where he calls him Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. That is my bad. It's Agent Smith. That is correct. Oh, gosh, screw them. I do have to say, it did spawn the buggiest video game, one of the buggiest video games of all time. They tried to get the Matrix video game out. I think it was between the second and the third one.
Oh, those were 6 months apart for the movies.
I think it was that one. And
it was kind of supposed to bridge the gap between the movies,
It did.
too.
It was supposed to. And
if it worked.
It did, yeah. And people were going through walls. They were being stuck in a wall. They couldn't open doors. So Good job, Matrix. You did that.
But like I said, I thought the first one was underrated, and then everyone who then came and saw the second one and bitched and complained about it, I'm like, I actually thought the second one was better than what everybody who were Matrix fans thought. I was watching the second one. I thought the action in that one was pretty good. I mean, that was the one where they had the freeway chase or whatnot.
Oh yeah, they did have the freeway.
I mean,
with the twins.
Yeah, and I mean, other than a couple of bad scenes, like one of the lines that I almost put on my awful lines was, but it really wasn't a line; it was more of an action when the woman or whatever is
Trinity.
No, not Trinity.
Oh, okay.
Monica Bellucci's character, I don't remember, but
the French woman.
Yeah,
yes.
And when she was deciding whether she wanted to help them out or not, and she's like, you know, give me a kiss or whatever, and he gives her a kiss, and she's like, no, you got to kiss me like you mean it. And so then he takes off his glasses and gives her a kiss, and it's like, oh, because you're not wearing your glasses, that made everything so much better. That part was pretty bad, but for the most part, I thought the second one was underrated. So the first one overrated, second one underrated, even though the first one was
third
still
one,
better.
big pile of shit.
Third one, awful.
Take a drink.
Take a drink, said awful. Hold on.
I will say Trinity, though, did have the longest death scene.
Yes,
next to Paul Rubens and Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
At least he was playing the death scene for comedic effect. Okay, we'll move on.
And in that amount of time, those 3 minutes we took talking about Matrix was more time than the Wachowski siblings will take writing this one. Next one is a tough one for me.
Yeah.
I cannot stand Michael Bay. Everything he does is crap. You can't defend him. Don't try it. I know there's a guy out there, Joey, on our Facebook page who's trying to defend it. He can't.
No, I actually want you to try and defend it. I want you to actually come up with some logical explanation why everything Michael Bay has done is not crap.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, moving on. But anyways, Transformers 4, the trailer came out, and I don't hate it.
Yeah, I saw you put a link to the trailer up, so I looked at the trailer, and maybe it's because Shia LaBeouf is not in it that it makes it look much better. I mean, Marky Mark is such a better actor anyway, so...
Well, you know...
oh, come on, Marky's great.
Did you see that happening? What?
Well, that's more of the direction, not the acting.
Shia LaBeouf is actually going to make a different one, Transmorphers 4.
Oh.
So, don't worry about it. It's nothing.
He'll pop up in the Transmorphers.
Yes,
okay.
yes. I'm sure he's in that because he doesn't steal. He just, borrows. I actually didn't mind it. I think they went overkill on Mark Wahlberg being an American hero. Take a drink every time there's an American flag in the background.
Oh, yeah. Watching the trailer, the first thing that came to my mind was, you see, if you haven't watched the trailer, go watch the trailer. You see him towing the truck that he bought at auction or something like that, which you look at it and you're like, oh, he owns Optimus Prime. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's not the truck from the other movies. Mm-hmm. That's a cab over engine with the flat face truck that the real Optimus Prime is, not the Peterbilt truck that they turned him into in the movies.
Yes, in the first three.
And I really only saw the first one. I had a hard time. I could not watch the second one.
He stepped on roses. I cannot express this enough. The moment that one fucking lost me is when he's worried. Optimus Prime is worried about stepping on roses at Shia LaDouche's house. Okay, he's a freaking robot from an alien planet. Stop being a wuss. God, I hate you, Michael Bay. Allegedly.
And that was the thing, is I thought when I heard they were doing this movie, I thought Michael Bay was just producing and not directing.
No, he's back.
But I read, when you put the link out there, I read he was directing it, and I'm like, oh, well, any hope I had of this being good just went down the toilet.
And it had dinosaurs in the preview.
It did.
I
was confused because the Dinobots are good, but they were fighting the Autobots.
I don't know. Like I said, it does not look as bad as the last two.
No.
Or last three, actually. I hated the first one.
Well, I hated the first one, didn't watch the second. The third one intrigued me, but not enough to sit through it. I was too afraid of getting my hopes up and being disappointed that I didn't even bother seeing it. So I will go ahead and call it crap. Even
Okay.
though I didn't see it,
Okay,
I'm going to
do it.
judge it was crap.
And then next thing is 3 new cast members have been added to NBC's Constantine pilot. It's based on the DC comic book character. According to Deadline.com, Matt Ryan is the title character of Constantine.
The Falcons quarterback?
Yes, Matt Ryan.
Wow.
He can't win in the playoffs. He might as well try to win in TV. And then he will be along with True Blood veteran Lucy Griffiths, along with Lost Harold, how do you say that name? Peronio?
Paranal?
Yeah, sounds good. And True Detectives Charles Halford.
Yeah, whatever.
I told you I can't say names.
Yeah.
Constantine with Keanu Reeves was the movie.
Yeah.
The movie was not horrible. Keanu Reeves, as much as I can't stand him as an actor, he was not bad in it. I'm not a big fan of the character. I haven't read much about I've read a couple issues, and he's guest starred in different comic book issues I've read. I'm just not that excited about it, but it's NBC. They're putting that on. They're putting a werewolf movie on, or a TV show.
Okay.
I think they're doing a werewolf mixed with Grimm, or Dracula. Sorry, Dracula. Because they're doing Dracula, right? They have...
I don't know what they're doing.
They have Dracula, Grimm, and then, they're doing a werewolf one. My bad. The Wolfman.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm just looking on IMDb, and they kind of got they've got 3 people listed, but they don't. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
They got everybody?
They don't have Charles Halford, but.
Hey, that's coming on Deadline.com.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay. Matt Ryan, Lucy Griffiths, who you don't have, was in the BBC version of Robin Hood.
Oh.
She played Maid Marian in the mid 2000s.
You told me about that, but I never
Hood.
saw it. And I like the Robin Hood character, the story.
Yes. Hey, and I'll let you know that was one of the potential things I had for this week's top 5.
Ooh, there's a little teaser.
Little teaser.
Which you already downloaded us. It's not really much of a teaser. So
it didn't make it, but it was one I had to consider.
And again, this goes back to our mini episode. NBC's just throwing everything at the wall this year, next year.
Yeah, why not?
At this point, everything's a sci-fi horror movie. Let's do it. I want Creature from the Black Lagoon series.
I'm at least going to watch it because I'll give it a chance. I'll try to give anything based on a comic book the chance, just because I want them to continue to do that.
Correct.
And I've like other things that Lucy Griffith and Harold Perrineau have been in.
And Matt Ryan's already a better actor than Keanu Reeves in this role. I haven't even seen him.
I just don't know who he is. So.
That's fine. It's still better. He's a quarterback. We just talked
quarterback.
about that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
God, do you not listen? Jeez.
I don't even listen to what I'm saying.
And finally, for the news of the geek this week, Hugh Jackman was being interviewed this week, and he stated that the recasting of the Wolverine part is inevitable, which is pretty obvious. He's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
I would like to see a musical Wolverine movie.
Oh, that would be cool.
It worked well for Clint Eastwood and Paint My Wagon.
Yeah, I think Wolverine singing and dancing.
I think so. I could have a beer with him then.
Yes. Before he claws your eyes
That's
out.
right. Who would you choose to recast?
I would probably want to go the way of an unknown. Hugh Jackman was unknown when he got the part.
Correct.
And I think, obviously, it worked out for him in his career. I think the best way to go is get somebody who isn't going to be demanding when they get the part. They'll just be lucky to get the part. And
can we get Nathan Fillion in? I think he might be old.
Yeah, he wouldn't be a good Wolverine. I would say we could do Doug Ray Scott, who was originally cast as Wolverine, but he's probably too old for it now too.
There's a guy on NBC's Dracula that is creepy who plays the main character of Dracula.
Okay.
He may not be bad.
I haven't seen that.
I've never seen it either. I've just seen the promos. Okay. He looks the part. Acting, I'm not sure. Well, originally it was Bob Hoskins. That was the rumor back in the early 90s.
Somebody wanted, and they might have even offered it to him, but somebody wanted it. And I don't think they did offer it. Somebody wanted it. It might even have been Bryan Singer wanted Bob Hoskins, but the studio is like, ain't no way in hell Bob Hoskins is going to be Wolverine.
Which would be a badass one, I will say. I don't know what you would do, but I don't know how you would do it, but it'd be pretty funny.
I mean, come on, you can't have Mario playing Wolverine.
Oh, Mario Brothers. It is me, Mario. Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anyone. I don't know who you could do. I think you're right. I think you have to go with an unknown. First off, cost-wise, you have to go unknown.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe Taylor Lautner. Hey, guys. He was awesome in Abduction. He was an action star, and it bombed.
I didn't see Abduction. I don't even know if I've heard of it.
Took place in Pittsburgh.
No, there's been some good movies that took place
I'm not doubting it. I'm just saying that's what I remember is he
Okay.
jumping a turnstile at Pittsburgh PNC ballpark. Pittsburgh, great ballpark.
Best ballpark I've ever been to.
It's up there. Detroit has a good one.
Detroit has a good one.
Until you move the fences in. What are you doing?
Oh, those fake home runs.
Come on. Oh, we're shaking our fist at that.
Evil fist pumps.
PNC ballpark. Nice job, guys. Milwaukee, we're still looking to get up there.
Yes, we're going to have to hit there soon.
So that's the end of the News of the Geek this week. And the next thing we got is not box office bomb news. No, we retired that. It is now just box office news. Bam! Woo. That's all I had, special effect. First thing is Veronica Mars opens March 14th. And you're a Veronica Mars fan, aren't you?
No.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm thrilled it came back. I know people who are, but I've never seen an episode of the TV show. But I know people who actually donated to the Kickstarter to get it done because it's like, well, heck yeah, I want to see that.
And what was it? They needed 2 million. They got like 5,
something like that. Yeah, and the more they got, the better the movie could be, is what they were saying. So, I mean, I'm looking. Well, I can't say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm hoping it does well. That way, other things will, be able to be done. I'm a big fan of the crowdsourcing and Kickstarter, so anytime something can be successful based off of that, I'm incredibly supportive of that.
Pretty much like every podcast out there that doesn't have a famous comedian. It's pretty much from the ground up. I'm excited because, I like Kristen Bell.
Yes, yeah.
And you know what? We may not even have to do a top 5 of shows we want to watch because that's my second one that I would love to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Veronica Mars.
Right, yeah, that is one I need to go back and watch.
I think it was 3 seasons? 2 or 3?
I'm not even positive. I might have to attempt to look that up.
Well, while you do that, I'll tell you what it opens against March 14th. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Need for Speed. Because let me tell you, if there's a gap in your life that Fast and Furious is not fulfilling, we got Need for Speed.
Well, any gap that Fast and Furious wasn't filling for me was filled by Torque.
Oh, that's true. Where you are the endangered species. Oh, wait,
that's Congo.
Sorry.
Yes, 3 seasons of Veronica Mars.
Okay. Because I think this 3rd season, she went from high school to the FBI. They time jumped.
Oh, jumping.
Time jump! Woo! 16 years we've known each other. And then for the box office bomb news, or box office earnings news, sorry, not bomb news. My bad. Nonstop with Liam Neeson earned $28 million last weekend.
Okay.
Son of God came in at second at $25 million. So there you go. I guess all the preachers that were upset by the pretty Jesus did not influence it.
No, yeah, $25 million for a biblical based story. I don't think is below expectations.
Have you seen a trailer for Son of God? I have not.
I've seen articles about it and
Yes.
pictures, but no, not a trailer or any video from it.
Is it a sequel to Passion of the Christ?
I think it's a prequel.
Oh, okay. This time he's back for vengeance. I think Family Guy did that. But in the box office bomb news, Pompeii.
Woohoo.
Go fuck yourself. Has earned $17 million. That's right. Not San Diego. Pompeii.
Oh, yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Has earned $17 million on a $100 million budget. Thank God. Again, what I talked about 2 weeks ago. I don't wish the cast and crew to have bad days, to bomb, but I'm so happy for the studio that it bombed. No reason to make this movie. Or there is, but don't make it a freaking love story.
Yeah, well, it's the Titanic syndrome again, where a natural disaster or a disaster, you throw a love story in front of a disaster and hope it works. I mean, it worked for Titanic in the fact that it made all the money, but I think the quality of the story was poor.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm happy that bombs. It's kind of like Clash of the Titans. God, I was so happy.
Oh,
unfortunately, that made money.
Oh, yeah, the remake. The remake was
Because the original was
awful.
so good.
The original is one of my favorite movies from childhood, though.
Have you seen it since you've been a child?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, the effects are awful, but the effects were awful at the time. I noticed they were
they
bad
Tron
effects
bad effect? Tron-like?
I think they were worse than Tron.
Ooh.
I mean, it was, claymation shadows to show some certain things happening.
Medusa was like that, wasn't she?
There was more of the
Kraken?
No, I'm trying to remember. I can't remember the character's name. The guy that got transformed, because
Morph? Oh, that was X-Men. Sorry, that was X-Men. Morph.
Somebody's jealousy. Hera was jealous over Perseus, so I suppose she tried to make her son better. So Zeus cursed her son, so he got transformed into.
I'm just watching you explain this to me.
With my arm movements going.
You're moving more than Medusa's hair. Bump.
That moved a lot.
Yes, it did. We're here all day. Anyways,
all right.
And then finally, this coming weekend, which is March, what is this weekend? March 9th? What is today? I don't even know what today is.
Today's the 7th.
Okay.
So we're recording this, it's the 7th.
So March 7th weekend, we have sequel to 300 opens.
I've actually heard good things about the sequel to 300.
I've heard decent. It actually did well at the midnight showings.
Okay.
It's expected to make it's expected to make 40 million. It's tracking to make 40 million.
40 million for the first weekend?
Mm-hmm. It's on a $108 million budget. What I was reading online, a couple different sources, it was Variety, and there's a couple other Screen Rant maybe. They track what they're expecting movies to make. They said that fortunately with 300, the sequel to it, they don't think it's going to have a lot of legs after the first weekend in America.
Because everybody who wanted to see it saw it.
Correct. Now, I think that's a movie that could do well overseas, though, really. I think they could make its money back pretty easily.
Yeah, I think that'll be a lot better overseas.
And then the other movie is Peabody and Mr. Sherman. Right, Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Yes, Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Which opens up. It's expected to make 30 million. So, I have heard not good reviews on this one.
Yeah, the ads for it, I think, look awful.
See, I don't think it looks that bad.
I said awful. Take a drink.
Sorry, I'm taking a drink.
But no, I thought it looked pretty bad. I don't know. I was a fan of the Peabody and Sherman growing up. I probably saw all the episodes of that.
I was too. I did,
and I just think they're getting away from what really made that what it was. I don't know.
They said it was a movie 10 years in the making.
It's been a while.
Because they were trying to do a live action originally.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm glad they at least went this way as opposed to the live action.
I'm probably going to see it soon because my son's really excited about it.
I'm assuming the live action would have still had a CGI dog in it.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think it would be awful if they put in a real dog.
Stop using awful. I'm drinking. We have our own drinking game. You can play along at home. Anytime somebody says awful, take a drink.
We're trying not to be so predictable with our reviews on things.
And so what's the best way? Get drunk. That way you're not predictable. No, like I said, my son wants to see it. He loves movies. He can sit through them all, which I'm very happy with. He's only 4, and it's great. He takes after me on that he can just sit and watch a movie. But he doesn't get excited about a lot of them, in the theaters. He is excited about this. And
okay.
I hope it's good.
I hope, for your sake, I hope it's good too.
It's got to be better than Planes.
Yeah.
Did I mention that was the worst cartoon I've seen in about 10 years?
I think you have mentioned that.
It can't be understated. So that leads us to not John Noble news. No. Got a cease and desist order from John Noble.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, if he ever came back onto Twitter, I think he would send it to us. Last time he was on was 2010 for a fringe Twitter thing.
I think you just gave us John Noble news. As you're retiring the John Noble news segment, you gave us news.
Jeff, before we went on the show, looked at the outline and said, why do we not have John Noble news? I thought it would at least be episode 10 before you gave up on it. Obviously, Jeff doesn't know me that well because my ADD. I was happy to get through episode 3. So we have retired John Noble news, and we got something even better. We got... Hold on. Let's play the music first. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have retired John Noble because of the law, because of legal issues. Attorneys say we can't do it anymore. We got Chris Pratt news.
We have attorneys?
Well, you know, LegalZoom.com. I looked on there.
They suggested you never talk about John Noble again.
Maybe. He might come back.
Okay.
We got Chris Pratt news because I've listened to our last podcast, like you should too, and I think 3 of the last 4 episodes we've talked about Chris Pratt.
I think we've talked about Chris Pratt in every episode.
Maybe we
Let
have.
me know what episode we didn't, and I'll go back and insert
That's
it.
right. So Chris Pratt news is going to be our new feature until I get bored with it. So take a bet now, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Chris Pratt news. Chris Pratt. I got to work on it. Give me a second. Give me a week. Chris Pratt news. He's been on television since 2002. If you ask me what show, I don't know. Jeff, take it away. IMDb.
Well, 2002, he started in Everwood's show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in Everwood for apparently all 89 episodes or however many episodes. I never watched Everwood, so I missed Chris Pratt at the beginning of his
existence,
television existence. But I do have to throw a correction your way.
What's that?
According to IMDb,
on my first week of Chris Pratt news.
Your first week of Chris Pratt news on IMDb, apparently he was in a TV show called The Huntress in 1 episode in 2001.
Wow. What is The Huntress?
Now I'll have to click onto
Was it about the DC comic character? That would be cool.
It might be cool.
I don't think it's right. It might be cool, though.
They don't even have a plot on it on IMDb.
Is it a prequel to The Cape?
I honestly don't know what it is.
Is that in your top 5 for this week? The
Cape did not make my top 5.
6 seasons in a movie.
Even though I wanted the 6 seasons in a movie, it did not make it. It starred James Remar of Dexter fame.
Cape or The Huntress?
The Huntress.
Okay.
Annette O'Toole of she's been in
Peter O'Toole?
No. Annette O'Toole, and she in Smallville and other things.
Yes. Other things.
Well, she was in Superman 3. She played Lana Lang in Superman 3 and then came back and played Clark Kent, Martha Kent.
I'm sorry, there was no
Smallville.
Superman 3. That was the Richard Pryor show. And considering that I think Superman 3 was a whole lot better than Superman 4, Nuclear Man. Can we never talk about those two again?
Yes. All right. So now we have to go back and watch Everwood since we know Chris Pratt was
That's
in
true.
Everwood. So that top 5 is getting filled up right away.
And he does have a great Twitter account at Pratt.
Yes. All one word.
Yes. So there you go. There's your Chris Pratt news. We'll get some more next week. And that goes right into our hidden gems. Okay, so hidden gems guy this week, Jeff?
I do have a hidden gem this week.
What is it?
I want to give, it's kind of a hidden gem shout out to some guys that we know when we were screening movies, and we still run into them at the theater when we watch these midnight shows because they're all out going watching the same midnight shows, and I just know we run into them all the time and have discussions after the movies about it. But Josh, Zach, and Nick, they were friends of somebody I used to work with. That's how I met them, and they were always up at the movie theater when I was working there. But they're doing their own podcast. They pretty much started theirs right about the same time we were starting ours, and it's called the Playground Zero Presents,
which is kind of a badass name. I do like the name.
Yeah, they're on Facebook as PGZ Presents. So if you want to look them up on Facebook, and I know they'll leave links to when they release new episodes, but they are on iTunes. And they are on, I think, Libsyn, who also hosts our
which, if you're doing
podcast.
a podcast, Libsyn's the way to go.
Yeah, so it's like independently, looks like they're going through a lot of the same steps we are, and so they're in the same infancy. And so I've been listening to some of their podcasts, and they tend to break it down into like have one theme that they're talking about, and usually, they'll talk about it and then do what, if we had the keys to the castle type thing on what they would do.
So kind of like us, what we did on a mini episode about NBC.
Yeah, kind of like that. But
Similar.
I listened to them discuss Indiana Jones. And they're like, okay, if you're doing Indiana Jones now, you are in control of Indiana Jones, what would you do? Would you reboot it? Would you continue from where it's at? Who would you cast? And they spent an hour or so discussing this, and I'm just listening to it thinking, someone needs to get these three guys' ideas in the hands of George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, because what they're saying is making sense.
Well, no longer, because George Lucas isn't in charge of it. Disney owns the rights to Indiana Jones.
Oh, Indiana Jones went with the Star Wars deal?
I think Indiana Jones was free with the Star Wars deal.
Oh, well, that's even better. It's a better chance of somebody
and you're not
from
having
Disney
Shia
getting it.
LaDouche in it anymore,
No.
so he's gone.
Yeah. Well, then they pretty much all agreed reboot.
Yeah.
Get a new young actor to go in and just do Indiana Jones.
Could you do that, or would you do a grandson?
No, because they want to keep it in the 40s.
Same era?
Yeah, keep it in the 30s and 40s, and then that was what they all agreed anyway. And just listen to them. It was like almost the same feeling I kind of got listening to Kevin Smith's Fat Man on Batman 51, and I'm like, that makes sense. I'm like, I would watch that movie more so than the last Indiana Jones movie. I want to see, and they came up with like a trilogy idea, and I'm like, this makes sense.
Did it involve a refrigerator?
No refrigerators, no nukes.
Okay. Because that was the strong point. From that point on, it went downhill, but man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, in their latest episode, they were talking about Ghostbusters and, what they would do to...
Hand over your heart for Harold Ramis.
And the sad part was they released this like a couple days after he passed away, but they recorded it before he did. So I mean, it was... pretty sad, especially since they were just talking about it for them, and they put a little disclaimer at the beginning. But the Ghostbusters thing was pretty good. I know they had an episode where they talked about the New 52. I know they're all big Star Wars fans, more so than we are. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, Star Trek fans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I'm pretty big Star Wars fans.
They're big Star Trek fans, more so than we are. So they had one where they were talking about all the main captains that have been on. And
Scott Bakula?
He was mentioned.
Yes.
And so they... It's a very interesting and enjoyable podcast. So that's my hidden gem, and anything I can do to help those guys get people listening, because I find it incredibly fun and entertaining.
It's a very very friendly atmosphere along all of our friends of the podcast. Like I said, Best of the Worst, Green Up, you got them now. So
Yes.
There's a lot of them out there. I think there's Almost a Podcast is out there too. So there's a lot of good ones.
All right, any hidden gems for you?
My hidden gem is Enlisted, and I did this a couple weeks ago, and I cannot stress enough, please watch Enlisted on Friday nights. I need it to go on, because it will be in my top 5 if we redo it again. 3 military brothers, they're in the Army, they're back in Florida, basically taking care of the families that have their significant others deployed. It's a comedy, but it is very, not to sound really, cliche, it's very sweet. Really liked it. And like I said, it's very funny. They do a great job. The one guy from Suburgatory is in it, the young teenager kid. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. Really loved it. That's all I have to say. I've talked about it last couple weeks ago, so please.
Remind us, time and network?
Fridays, Fox channel on Fox, and it's at 9 o'clock. They moved it up from Raising Hope. I think they switched Raising Hope from 9 to 9:30.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the ratings actually went up for Enlisted once it moved to 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, that's good for Enlisted. I enjoy Raising Hope, so I know I DVR that. I should probably start DVRing Enlisted with
Enlisted is pretty funny. Like I said, it has its soft, tender moments, little sappy ones, but it's pretty good. Of course, also on Friday nights is Shark Tank, so it's a tough call for me. Love me some Shark Tank.
Okay.
So, okay, and this could be a hidden gem, but it's also kind of a little shout out. Last one of the week is Cincinnati Comic-Con. We talked about it before. It's the second year for it. It's in September 5th through 7th. They actually just released their list of guests. And it's a convention near and dear to our heart because we do volunteer for it. They're always looking for volunteers. But it's also just the one local, so it's made for comic book fans. But the best part is the guests this year, they just released Matt Fraction. who's doing Hawkeye.
Yeah, Matt Fraction he's got a long list of things.
Yeah.
He's one of my
I
favorites
think he did
out there.
World War Hulk, which I picked up. It was okay.
I didn't read that one.
I got that on Free Comic Book Day. I got all of them for $1 each. But Matt Fraction's awesome. Tony Moore, Walking Dead. He's done Deadpool. He's done Venom. He's pretty much done everything. Ethan Van Sciver. I'm going to screw that up.
Sciver.
He's done Green Lantern.
Yes.
So he's awesome. Jeremy Hahn and Phil Hester. And I believe both of those guys did the Green Arrow with Kevin Smith.
Oh, okay.
So Phil Hester, I love. He's done a lot lately. Jeremy Hahn, no offense to him, I just haven't seen as much of his work.
Yeah.
But like I said, take a look. It's online. You can buy tickets now. But this year the cast that they have, the guests that they have coming is impressive. I mean, it's a whole laundry list of who's who. So take a look at it, and that's about it. And then that leads us to our top 5, which we still don't have free domain music for yet.
Oh, man.
This week, it's the top 5 television shows we would bring back. Not that it was canceled too soon. I mean, it could have been.
It could have been. I mean, it could have been something that, could have been on forever and you want to bring back.
Yes.
But more often than not, it's because they were canceled too soon.
Correct.
Or they were canceled at all.
Correct. So that's our top 5 coming up. And you want to go first, Jeff?
I can go first. I will start with my number 5.
No honorable mention?
No honorable mention.
Okay.
I avoided an honorable mention because technically one of my ones coming up later is 2 shows in one.
Bullshit.
So I avoided an honorable mention. Although if you want, I can start throwing honorable mentions at
No,
you.
it's okay. We can get to that actually because we'll get down the list and do it.
But my number 5 is Herman's Head.
Oh, and time out before you start. I listed 5 shows that I thought you would list just because I thought I knew you enough on this.
All right.
So sorry for the loud noise on the paper, but I did list 5. Herman's Head is not one of them, though.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
you said you were listing 5. I'm like, he's not.
I'm pretty good on 4. I got 4, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Go ahead. What's your Herman's Head? Why?
I just loved the show when it was on. I just found it incredibly funny, and it lasted I think 3 seasons or 2.5 seasons.
It was 2 or 3, yeah.
And I just liked the concept of the inner workings of the guys, his 4 main persona pieces fighting amongst each other, thrown into a storyline, and I mean I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny, and it was one that I thought could have went on for a lot longer than other shows like Home Improvement and crap like that were out at the same time. So I'm throwing out to Herman's Head.
You're going like the Pixar film then? Did you see that?
No.
2000. Let's see. The Good Dinosaur is next year. They pushed it back. Okay. I think in next year they're also going to release 2, and the other one is about the emotions or the things that go on inside a young girl's head.
Okay. I'll give that one a shot. That sounds good.
So they animated Herman's Head.
Animated Herman's Head, but it's a young girl instead of a 20-something-year-old guy.
There you go. I got number 5 is Quantum Leap.
Okay.
Oh my God! If they could bring this back, I would be in heaven. Along with the other 4, obviously. But there was rumors a couple years ago that they were going to do it with his daughter, trying to find him.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought would be awesome. They talked about it and never got past. I don't even think they did a pilot. They just were trying to talk about it. I love Quantum Leap. I love that he was able to jump into each personality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there were some, corny things. Oh, I'm a female this week. Woo, look at me, I'm out of, fish out of water.
Yeah.
But I loved Al. He had his little, light bright little calculator.
It always made those noises when he ever hit it.
Yes. People hate the ending of the series.
I love the ending of the series.
And that's what I thought, too. It was a very Empire Strikes Back type of ending.
Well, I mean,
he never made it home is the ending.
He didn't make it home because, it was his character felt doing what he had the option. He could have went home, but he felt what he was doing was more important for all of society than just getting home.
Basically, he was leaping into other people's bodies during different time periods, if you've never seen it. And he was taking on that persona to do a goal. Like, he was being told, he's in the 1960s. You gotta, get this guy home from Vietnam because he was going to end up being the president or something, in the future. So it was in the 80s. I think it ended in 89, maybe? Maybe, no. Maybe 92.
I thought it went a little later than honestly, no, I didn't. I thought it was a 90s show.
Maybe it was a 90. But Scott Bakula was in it. I liked it a lot.
Started in 89.
Okay. So if you get a chance, take a look at it. But Love Quantum Leap.
Yeah, 89 to 93. So it had 5 seasons, but it could have went on for longer. I agree with you. I enjoyed Quantum Leap, and I think I would have continued to watch it. But the one thing why something like that I didn't think, because I really did enjoy the ending to that, even though it left it up to it's still going to go on. Mm-hmm. I thought they gave it such a good ending that it satisfied me.
Yeah, and I agree. Like I said, I think it would have been cool. I think an updated version would be really cool too. I really think they could do a lot of things, especially in the last 20 years. So, number 4.
Okay.
Murder in Small Town X. I cannot get this out of my head.
Okay.
And it's a reality show. Basically, these contestants were dropped into a town. Sunshine is the town. It was actually a real town, and they hired the people in the town to act.
Okay.
And it was a pretty cool idea. It was on Fox in 2001. 2001.
I think you can find that on...
You can't find it on DVD, but you can find it online.
Yeah, I think...
But it is tough.
Yeah, I think I saw that on the Netflix or something.
Is it?
I think I saw it was on Netflix.
Ooh. Basically, there was this murder, and they had to solve it. These contestants had to solve it. And obviously, everything was fake except for the contestants. And they at the end, the best part is they would get these clues throughout the episode from a detective, the host. And they would investigate different areas, and all that. But the best part is, at the end, 2 people would be voted. One would, and there was 2 clues. There was these 2 locations. One would be a graveyard. One would be a building. Obviously, it switches each episode. Yeah. One person would go to one location and get the clue for them, to continue on. The other one would be killed, aka killed, by the serial killer at the other location. Oh. And each week you didn't know who was coming back. But the best part is they had head-mounted cameras, and in front of them they had the big stick, the arms out with the cameras showing their faces.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my brothers and I could not get enough of this, and I love that show. Unfortunately, it ended in 2001 September. It was a summer show. They found out who did it, all this stuff. The guy that won, Angel. One of the reasons I think it didn't come back is ratings were okay, but literally the next week after the season finale showed was 9/11. He died actually as one of the firefighters going into the building.
Really?
Yes. The winner was Angel, and he was one of the first responders, and he died. So not to be depressing, but they did remake it in UK, and I don't think it did that well. But if you could, oh my god, if they could bring back Murder in Small Town X, that was seriously one of my favorite shows. And I just want it on DVD, damn it. So, what's your number 4, Jeff?
My number 4, let me pull out your list to see if you had me. Mm-hmm. My number 4 is Pushing Daisies.
God dang it, that was the other one I couldn't think of. I looked at it yesterday, and I had it down, and I left it upstairs at my house, and now I knew, damn it.
Oh, I loved that show. I think it lasted 2 seasons. That's one that I thought, was canceled too soon. For those who might not know about it, Lee Pace plays, the pie maker, as the character is called. He gained the ability that if someone's dead and he touches them, they come back to life. But with the power comes a curse that if they are re-alive for more than a minute, then something else has to die in its place. Oh. So, like, if he... And something of equal proportion.
And isn't it if he touches them again, they die?
Yeah. If he touches them within the minute, then they're dead and dead forever. He can't bring them back again a second time. But, if they're... Like his dog, he touched his dog came back to life, and then, like, a squirrel died because he left his dog alive. Well, he ended up... his mother died, and he... touched her, and then, she came back to life, and it's like everything was fine. Well, she did that. his best friend's dad died. And then him not knowing that he couldn't now touch his mother again, he gave his mother a hug, and then she died. So now they're both dead. So it's a little morbid when you think of it that way.
It was on ABC, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't even remember
ABC
what network
or CBS.
it was. I want to say ABC because apparently they cancel everything that
Correct.
that we like. But so it was getting good. It starred Lee Pace. It's the first place I ever heard of Kristen Chenoweth, who I think she's excellent in everything I've seen her in, and other people. But the story was going on, and then they kind of, I suppose, the ratings weren't good. What's his name?
Richard Pryor.
No, not Richard
Oh,
Pryor.
okay, sorry.
Chai McBride.
Oh, okay.
Who is in Waiting, one of my favorite
Gone in
movies of all
60
time.
Seconds? One of your favorite films?
It's one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies.
What am I going to do? You tore up the whole city, but a brother's love is a brother's love. Thank you, Delroy Lindo.
I know he was very popular for being in Boston Public, but
Yes.
But Chai McBride was in that as a private detective who caught on to the pie makers thing, and the whole thing had kind of a playful little fairy tale type thing. They had a narrator who narrated it, and he only referred to the main character as the pie maker in the narrations, and it was just fun and enjoyable. And I was disappointed when
Was it one season or two?
It was 2 seasons, but I think what happened was they hit their second season was during the writer's strike.
Okay.
And they didn't come back from the writer's strike.
That was actually one of my father-in-law's favorite shows.
Well, your father-in-law has better taste.
There you
than
go.
I gave
That
him
and
credit
Shark.
for.
He loved Shark.
I don't know that one.
That was the man with the big dick in Hollywood. Sorry.
Liam Neeson?
No, not Liam Neeson. The older guy. Shit.
John Holmes?
No. God dang it. It was Shark. Shoot. James Woods. James Woods.
Oh, okay. Oh, I kind of remember James Woods had this
Piece of
show.
candy.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Thank you, Family Guy. What is your number 3?
What? Oh, we're already on to my number 3?
Well, yeah, you did number 4. That's
Okay. Well, I know you'll have this one on your list.
Come on.
Freaks and
Yep.
Geeks.
Okay, time out before you go. The other two I had was Chappelle Show, and I just did that as a guess.
Oh, okay.
And I knew it was Pushing Daisies, and I forgot to write it down. I thought of it
sure it
yesterday.
was. Yeah.
The other one was Studio 60. I thought you liked that. Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip. I'm completely wrong on that one.
Well, anyway.
I thought you liked it. Matthew Perry? No?
We're on to Freaks and Geeks.
Okay.
I don't know if I need to describe that one to everybody.
It's about freaks and geeks.
The biggest problem with that, it only lasted a season, and the problem was it was one of those. It was on Friday nights. They kept changing times.
It was on Friday nights?
I think it was Friday nights. Friday or Saturday night. I remember when it was on. I usually went out Friday. I saw it once during its original run because I was at home. Nothing was going on one weekend, so I was at home watching it, and I went, "Oh, this is an enjoyable show." But it was pretty much before DVRs, but. And they're putting on at a time when the target audience wasn't going to be home to watch it.
Could you do VHS?
I could have, but that was just it was more problems than it was worth. I think to try to figure out how to get that stuff to.
It was
tape
great
properly.
to tape if you're watching the show.
Yeah, setting it up to tape when you weren't going to be there. I mean, what did they call it? The VHS Plus or something. I think they
We
came
had the
up
number.
with they came up with a new system. I never really figured out how to work that. It was probably easier than scheduling it and setting it to record. But
Oh God, that was awful.
yeah,
Take a drink.
Awful! Here goes my drink.
Yeah, I figured Freaks and Geeks was going to be up there.
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks was up there.
Well, my number 3,
All right.
and I'll preface this by saying, in this day and age, in 5,000 channels, even with the ESPN Ocho, I don't understand how this show cannot find. I cannot find it on replay, like repeats, or they could even bring it back. I know they brought it back in other forms. I'll get to that in a second. Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Oh.
Please, for the love of God, bring that back.
Now that you mention that, I want to change my list.
See?
You convinced me.
Oh my God, that was one of my favorite shows. I never had cable growing up. My older brother had cable when he moved out, and he would tape me episodes of this on VHS, and I would watch it. I love the show. I actually have some of them on VHS right now and DVD, and it is seriously one of my favorite shows of all time. Basically, this guy sits around with his 2 robots he made up in space watching bad films and just makes fun of them. But it was great. They had Manos.
Hands of Fate.
Hands of Fate, which is possibly one of the worst movies I've seen in all of my life.
I don't know if I could have actually watched Manos Hands of Fate if it wasn't for the fact that I was watching it through Mystery Science Theater.
Correct. The first 10 minutes is a car on a dirt road far, far away coming at you.
No.
10 literal minutes. And I think Crow goes, have we started yet? He watches
Well, technically, I think it was only 2 minutes, but when you're watching the movie, 2 minutes of just driving down the road seems forever.
And the whole movie, they keep going, Manos?
Hands of Fate.
Hands of Fate. Because he had a big old hand on his cloak.
The best thing about that movie, Manos Hands of Fate, was that was made on a bet.
Yes.
Where one guy bet that he could make a film better than what Hollywood was putting out. He had a buddy who was in the business or whatever. He said, all right, I'll be your, cinematographer and technical guy. They start making this, and his, guy's running the camera, and he realizes how awful this is. And it started getting bad that he would just tell him, we'll fix it in post-production, knowing it couldn't be fixed in post-production.
That's awesome.
So they made it, and they put it out, and possibly could be one of the worst movies ever made.
If you have never seen Mystery Science Theater, please do yourself a favor and go get some.
Yeah, wherever you can find it. I mean, I know you can get, they released a movie.
Yes, and they do release DVDs usually every quarter now.
Oh, okay.
It's 3 or 4 discs.
Okay.
It was on Comedy Central, back when Comedy Central was just starting out. Yeah. Then it moved to the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, well, actually, it started out in
Minnesota.
A Minnesota public television, PBS station in Minnesota. Most of the early episodes are lost completely. And it got a following there. And then, it was when the Comedy Channel.
That's right.
When, I can't remember who started what, but there were 2 channels coming out on cable at the same time. It was Ha, the Ha Network, and the Comedy Channel.
Forgot about that.
They were both fledging. They each had something that was doing good. They ended up combining to become Comedy Central, and that's still on today. So,
and it originally had Joel.
It was Joel
Hodgson.
Yeah.
I was going to say Joel Osteen. I don't think that's right.
I was going to say Joel McHale.
Today a great day.
I was going to say Joel McHale, but we all know he's on a great show that isn't on my list because it's still on.
Yes. The soup. Anyways. It's fucking Community. Anyways, so then he left, and it was
Mike Nelson.
Mike Nelson. Now, the funny thing is, they both have their own versions of this. Mike Nelson has it with 2 of the original members, I think.
Yeah,
one of the
Trace Ballou and the other guy. I can't remember. I think the guys that did the voices of Crow and Tom.
And the best part is, they do recent movies. They do anything that came out recently. And what you do is you pay for the MP3 download.
Yeah, Laugh Tracks, that's what it's called? Riff Tracks.
Riff Tracks. And then basically you just dub it onto your computer over the movie.
You start your movie and then you listen to them.
And supposedly it syncs up now. They fixed it.
Oh, they fixed it,
automatically
syncs?
I've always been leery of it. I really want to do it, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's $2.99 for the thing. It's not bad.
No, it's not a bad price, but it's something I haven't invested in yet.
Yeah. So, like I said, go online, take a look at it.
Well, because that was the thing in the show, Mystery Science Theater. It was all bad science fiction type movies, science fiction horror movies that they would do. Because, well, one, there was no
copyright issues.
Yeah, copyright issues. It's stuff they could show.
Lobster Men.
And 2, they thought, these are the bad movies we want to make fun of. I know, like on Riff Tracks, I know they did the Star Wars trilogy. I think they did both trilogies, didn't they?
I don't know if they did the original. The prequel ones are hilarious. I have seen clips of those.
Okay.
And every time Jar Jar Binks talks in the episode 1, literally by 5 minutes into it, they go, "Just shut up, Jar Jar," and they're acting as Anakin, or as Qui-Gon. But seriously, I don't understand how that show is not on TV anywhere. anywhere. I mean, there's so much shit out there on cable. How do you not put something decent on? The only thing I could think of was it was 2 hours long each episode.
Yeah.
But you could break it up in.
You got 2 hours 2 hours filled, 2 hours on your block. They put it on in the middle of the night anyway.
Put it on G4.
Yeah.
G4's not anything.
I mean,
Not anymore.
Good point.
Put it on Esquire. I don't care.
And of course, Mr. Science Theater came up with one of our favorite lines of all time.
I'm afraid sock monkeys. Oh, sorry.
No. The railing deaths.
Oh, yes. Anytime somebody fell over a railing, I regret nothing.
I regret nothing.
So, and it came up with our softball team, Sock Monkeys.
Yeah, Sock Monkeys.
I'm afraid Sock Monkeys. Go figure is the line. So, God, I could go on forever about that show.
All right, you're number 2.
Well, here's the funny thing. Even before we get into this, I can guarantee number 2 and 1 is going to be the same for us. Yeah. I think your number 2 is my number 1, and my number 1 is your number 2.
Oh, you went the other way.
Yes.
Oh, I have to disagree with you then.
Well, you can go to hell.
All right. Well, so our number 1s and 2s are going to be the same as they are.
Pretty close. God damn it. Okay, number 2.
All right.
Firefly.
God, how is that not your number 1?
Okay, here's the reason.
Oh.
Here's the reason. Hold on. Calm down. What was your number 2?
Oh, number 2? Number 2 is where I had a tie.
Okay, well, never mind.
Two shows
never mind.
at the same place.
Okay, let me get to it then.
Okay.
Number 2 is Firefly. I love the show. It was screwed over by Fox because they showed them out of order.
Showed them out of order, kept changing the time and day that it was shown. It was ridiculous how it was treated.
Nathan Fillion was in it. He was Maul. Captain Maul?
Mal, actually.
Mal, whatever.
Malcolm, short for
That's
Malcolm,
right.
not Malcolm.
Malcolm. I'm about 4 vodkas in, okay? Just calm down, okay? Just calm it down here. It's been a long day. Basically, he takes around these, other space guys in a ship, and it's cool because it's sci-fi, but they have the old-time six shooters as weapons.
As they called it, it's a space cowboy show.
Correct. It's a space western, cowboy, whose name is Maurice.
Although honestly, anyone listening to this who doesn't know what Firefly is, go out and find out right now.
You can get all 13 episodes or 12. I think
it's 13. I think they aired 10 and 3 they didn't even air. And
then by Serenity, which was the film that they made. Joss Whedon made it all.
Yes.
He said, I remember his quote, which before he did Avengers and all that, obviously, Joss Whedon had Felicity. He had Alias. No, he didn't have Alias. That was J.J. Abrams.
That was J.J. Abrams. No, he did.
Joss Whedon didn't have Felicity either. That
was
J.J.
Abrams too. You're getting Joss and J.J. confused. He did Buffy and Angel.
Thank you. He said that the biggest regret he had was he told everybody, this show, we're going to be on for a long time, guys. I feel it. And then they were canceled. So he said that was one of his biggest regrets. But anyways, go online. Go buy it. DVD set. I think you can get it for like $15 anywhere.
Yeah, you can get it on. Or if you're subscribed to Netflix, I know it's on Netflix.
And it's on Science Channel.
Yeah, if you can find Science Channel.
I think it's on 600 and something online.
With Firefly, I just remember I didn't watch it when it was originally on. I heard about this show, but it was tough finding. Again, days before the DVR, and a friend of mine, when it was coming out on video, was like, "You've got to see this one, whatever you do." And about the same time that was happening, I think Sci-Fi was showing it. So I watched a couple episodes on Sci-Fi, thought, this is excellent, ran out and bought the DVD, the complete run of the show.
13 episodes.
And, watched it in one weekend, and I was hooked ever since. I joined the, online
the brown coats,
a bunch of different brown coat groups online. And
you actually got me hooked on it. You told me about it, and I went out and bought the DVD.
Yeah.
And, I've been hooked ever since, so.
And I know they've been trying to find ways to get back, but Fox is not going to bring it back, and they are owning the rights to it, so they're making it difficult to make other.
And what did Nathan Fillion said if he had $300 million, he would buy the rights back and do it.
Yeah.
And so then there was a Kickstarter.
Somebody was a campaign to get $300 million.
And then Nathan Fillion actually had to go on and say, listen, if you get me $300 million, I'm going to do something better with my money than that. No offense to Firefly. I will cure cancer or something. I'm not going to do Firefly. Appreciate it, but... And the reason I picked number one over Firefly is because looking back, I would have, as much as I love Firefly, number one had so much more potential, in my opinion, and that's why. So, okay, what's your number two?
Well, my number two, like I said, I got a tie. They're both on my list for the exact same reason. It is Sports Night.
Yes.
And Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip.
Okay, time out. I think I had that down. I got 4 of your 5.
4 of my 6.
4 of your 6, sorry. Look at that. Chappelle Show, Studio 60, Freaks and Geeks, Sports Night, Firefly. God dang it.
Yeah, I was giving him dirty looks when he said Studio 60 earlier, and I'm like, that's because it's coming up tied with Sports Night. I mean... Both shows I love for the exact same reasons. I mean, they were created by the same person.
Sorkin.
Yeah, it's Aaron Sorkin shows, both about the television industry, just one about a late-night comedy show, the other about, a sports show. And just so well-written and well-acted. And,
Sports Night had the walk and talk.
They all had
originated the walk and talk.
Originated the walk and talk, okay. Which got, I think, real famous on... the West Wing.
West Wing.
And, as much as I love those shows, The West Wing, which was on forever, I never watched.
I never watched West Wing either.
I just didn't want to get into the politics because I know his politics will differ a lot from what I believe, and I just didn't want to be preached to. I mean,
it was better than the other presidential show on its time. Gina Davis as vice president.
Ooh, yeah, that couldn't be too good.
Ooh, we're wild and crazy. She's a woman vice president. Ooh, now she's president because the president died or something.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to see a good show with a woman vice president, Veep on HBO.
I thought you were going to say The Candidate or what was the one with Joan Allen?
The movie.
The movie, yes.
Yeah, the movie. That's a good movie. But
sorry.
But I'm going to talk television.
Sorry.
So I'm going to say if you have HBO, watch Veep. It's worth it. Although I don't have HBO, I was able to watch it within a little short window of when...
you had it free?
Yeah.
So, like I said, Sports Night is my number one.
Yes, and you should include Studio 60 with it.
I've never seen it. And Matthew Perry, so Mr. Sunshine killed anything I wanted.
Oh, this is pre-Mr. Sunshine.
Doesn't matter.
Pre-Goon. I mean, go on.
Oh, God.
But
who did the Goon joke? Oh, that was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, okay.
It was Saturday Night Live. One guy goes, Goon? That would be Go On.
Yeah.
No, Sports Night is my number one.
Yeah, but just to go back to Studio 60, I will say Matthew Perry was much better than you will even think he was in it. Mm-hmm. He fit the Aaron Sorkin writing and whatnot great. You had Amanda Peet and you had Bradley Whitford, who they were the big three. Which
didn't one of our friends date Amanda Peet?
Somebody who looked like Amanda
okay,
Peet.
Sorry.
Yeah, we called her Amanda Peet because we have no clue what her name was.
She looked like Amanda Peet.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But and like those are three big characters. I think are pretty much mirrored the three big characters from Sports Night, being
Casey,
Dan, Casey, Dan, and
what was
now
Felicity Huffman's character?
But yeah, Felicity Huffman, Peter Krause, and Josh Charles.
I'm gonna have to watch that again now.
Yes, but that's why I had them both on my list, and I'm like, I'm gonna give the same arguments and the same reasoning for both of these. I got to combine them.
And the reason I picked Sports Night over Firefly. Let me guess, Firefly is your number one.
Firefly is my number one. We know that's happening.
The reason why I picked Sports Night over Firefly is I love Sports Night in terms of when that show ended, and I have it on box set. When the last episode on the box set of the whole series ended, I was really sad because I was like, you could do so much more. How does this not happen? And it has a young Agent Coulson in it, Clark Gregg.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
He buys the studio at the end.
Oh.
Quaveris.
I don't even remember. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
And it was funny because the comment is basically the whole studio, the sports network is being sold, so everybody thinks they're losing their jobs. Spoiler alert. At the end, Clark Gregg comes in, and he's the one buying it, and he looks at Felicity Huffman's character, who's the manager, or who's the producer of the show.
Yeah.
And he looks at her and he goes, "We're not shutting it down. What was it? You would have to be a fool. A network would have to be a fool not to make money off this show." And it's like, well, there's a dig on ABC. Screw you.
Well, that actually kind of reminded me of some Arrested Development digs when they were getting ready to cancel that. That didn't make my list because they actually brought it back in Netflix.
Family Guy did the same thing when they brought the Family Guy back after they canceled it and brought it back from the DVDs because it was so popular.
Yeah.
They go, "Oh, we've been canceled. Is there any way we can get back on?" Well, only if these shows were canceled. And they showed 60 shows that were canceled while Family Guy was off the air.
Yeah, all the awful shows that Fox showed
Top of the Heap.
2 or 3 years that they were up.
And I don't think Top of the Heap was on there.
Top of the Heap was much earlier. That was a pre-Friends Matt LeBlanc show.
So, but no, Sports Night, I seriously am still thinking about that show. Like, how do you not let this show go on? God dang. And supposedly HBO and USA were in bidding wars to do, or were talking about extending it. I found this information out. Aaron Sorkin, though, wanted to concentrate on West Wing. I'm like, damn you, Sorkin!
Oh, man.
He moved on to that, and I'm like, no! They said he was more interested in the politics than the sports version.
Yeah, which is... And I wasn't interested in his politics version. I'm
not really interested in 99.9% of people's politics version of anything.
All right.
So, yeah, Sports Night. God dang.
Sports Night, your number one.
Gosh darn it.
Firefly, my number one. All right, that's our top 5 for this week.
And finally, bad idea goes to the end here. Number 7. We're doing a high one.
A high one.
Giving a killer in a movie his weapon back.
This has got to come from...
Take a guess, Jeff.
From Jason X.
Yes. And the best line...
Jason in space.
It's okay. He just wanted his machete back.
Right before he was killed by said machete.
Yes. He gives Jason Voorhees his machete, and then he chops the guy's head.
Yeah. But, that's one of the worst ideas ever. Yeah. Mass murder on the loose. Loses his favorite weapon. Don't give it back to him. Bad idea of the week. Number
Jason
7.
X was a very good film.
Oh, yeah. It was a great film.
So there you go. There's your episode number 8. Thank you for listening, and Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.